Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and I'm just coming on because I wanted to talk
Hey
about
everyone, this is Rachel,
this
and
COVID
I'm
ID
just coming on.
um, pandemic that's raging across the world and just touch bases with everyone. Now, I was going to do this a few days ago, but a lot is going on, and you want to kind of understand yourself what is going on. And it's also very depressing. Now, I want to try to do a call in. My son is not here to help me figure out this call in stuff. So after I talk a little bit, I'm gonna try to, you know, bring you guys on, whoever is here, and let's talk about it. So the first thing that I wanted to say is we need to take this seriously. I have been on several Facebook pages, Twitter, all kinds of social media, and I'm noticing that while there are a lot of people that are taking it serious, there are still a lot of people who are coming up with these conspiracy theories and making light of it, who are still not protecting themselves when they go out and and all of that. And y'all, normally I don't stay on here a long time. I really don't do these lives and all of that, but this stuff has me very worried because, first of all, I want to talk about when our federal government knew about this virus and when they first started taking this seriously. So, from what I'm understanding, our federal government was made aware of this back in December of 2019. Now, in January of this year, some of our senators or congressmen or whichever ones, I don't know, y'all, I don't know the name of everybody. We just sisters and brothers here talking about it. So I might get a couple things wrong. Y'all are more than welcome to correct me in the chat box. But from what I'm understanding, earlier this year in January, some of our senators they had a meeting about this, and they talked about what they had learned that was going on over in China. Now, instead of warning the American people, what those senators did is they own stock, and they started pulling their stock, selling it off. So when the stock market, the Wall Street stock market, took a hit, that they wouldn't lose money. A lot of them sold off their stock, and then they bought stock in other companies that they knew that if we were going to have this pandemic hit United States, that those companies would prosper. Companies that provided medical equipment, companies that provided PPE for the frontline workers, they literally purchased stock instead of warning us what was coming, what was heading our way. Wall Street and all of that, those people in the Senate who have money and money in the in Wall Street, they were protecting their assets. And I believe that that's a lot of the reason why Trump kind of poo-pooed this in the beginning, and we're going to get to that. So he spent months telling us that this was a hoax, that there were only 15 cases of it, that it would go down to zero, and that he wanted, you know, uh, the everything open back up by Easter. Wanted churches to be full and all of that. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been home now for a while, working from home because the type of job that I have um is working on a computer anyway. So I work for a health insurance company. Any of y'all who follow me know that I'm in the health insurance, the administrative side. I work at the insurance company. So we're able to work from home. Now, the job that I do, I can have the television on all day watching it as I'm working. So I've been watching the news. And what I will say is this, y'all, we always said that we got a fool running the country, but right now, this is the worst time in the history of America that we could have the person that we currently have as president handling what is happening to the American people. Because he is so focused on money and the making of money, he was not focused on what was happening or what was headed towards us. He played it down, which I believe some people were saying to themselves, well, if the president is saying it's not bad, then why are people tripping? Why are we doing all this if they don't think it's that bad? He's saying that it'll be gone in a few months. Right now, y'all, did you see the number of people that are affected? Did you see the number of people who have died? This is not the flu. This is not like the things that we've had in the past, Ebola and SARS and all of that. This is not that. Y'all, I watched this morning, I was watching the news, and scientists, you know how they told us first that you can get it if someone is sneezing or coughing or something like that. Well, here's what the scientists are saying. And y'all, I tend to listen to them because they are in labs somewhere trying to figure this shit out. They are in hospitals somewhere treating the people who have contracted this. These scientists are saying that they don't know this virus, that this is something new, that we don't have any immunities built up to it, and they're learning about it as they treat the people who are coming in. So they're saying in the beginning, they thought it was just affecting, that the elderly were the ones that were getting sick. And, because their immune system is a little bit older and it's not as easy to fight off something like this, but they quickly dispelled that because young people and babies started getting sick. I think the elderly were just more vulnerable, in the beginning. Remember, things like this tend to prey on the weakest of us first. Okay, so now they are saying that they have begun to, after researching, begun to understand that this stuff can hang in the air. If someone coughs, it can hang in the air up to 3 hours. They're saying that they believe, now this is the scientists, they believe that you could contract this by walking through a sneeze, a cough, or whatever. They're saying that, hold on, y'all. It is because this is so worrisome to me that sometimes when I think about how easily that this is being passed around, it astonishes me how badly Trump and his administration are handling. These scientists said today that they now believe that you can get it from just breathing in the air of someone who has contracted it. They believe now that we can get it from talking to someone who has contracted it. You know how some people talk, they speak, and a little spittle flies out their mouth? Well, they are saying that they believe that those particles, those microscopic particles that come out of our mouths when we are just speaking in normal, everyday tones to each other, that those particles can infect you. That, y'all, puts a whole nother slant on it. So here's what I had started doing the other day. I have a sewing machine. I don't know how to sew. This is a sewing machine that I bought for my daughter when she was a teenager. But the reason why I'm bringing that up, y'all, is I'm going to figure out how to make me and mine some scarves, something to wear outside to cover our mouths. Now, what they're saying is that it doesn't protect you because we don't have the hospital style mask, that doctors have, but at least it will protect you from spewing out your droplets. Like, for one thing, y'all, we don't even know if we are a carrier of it, because first of all, we don't have enough tests to test everybody. So my thing is this: when I was sitting here thinking about it, I said, okay, if we can walk around and have the virus and not even know we have it, and then we're going out, we're having social interactions, we're going to stores, we're touching things, and we don't even know that we have it, we could be spreading it. So so why not wear a mask to keep your fluids to yourself? I think that we are in serious trouble here, y'all. And the thing that worries me about it is I see a lot of people not taking this serious. I have a young person of my own who says, um, "Oh yeah, I'm taking it serious, but I'm just not freaking out like baby boomers are." And I think I can't get across to my young person, we have never seen anything like this. I'm 55 years old, and I have never seen anything where schools are shut down to the end of the school year, where businesses across my city are shut down indefinitely, where jobs, y'all, right now, I always keep my resume out there because, I'm always looking to do better. So I have companies that are calling me who typically their workforce would not be working from home, but they are calling me, saying, we have an urgent need for work at home representatives. Would you be interested in doing this, that, and the other? And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, this stuff is unbelievably real. So what I'm wanting y'all to do is don't believe nothing. If you're watching that daily press briefing that he does, think about it this way. While while this stuff was heading towards the United States, he was out golfing, having campaign rallies, which now he's saying that, he was aware and he was on top of it. Y'all, he was not. Because if he was, then we wouldn't be going through some of the things that we're going through right now. Think about this, and let's take it one step at a time. You got family members, and I'm sure all of you do. Somebody in your family is what they are considering an essential worker. Be they a person that works at a healthcare facility, a hospital, a grocery store worker, somebody that that is impacted by this. Last night on Facebook, I just got an inbox. One of my family, distant family members, inboxed me and said, "Oh my God, this shit is real. My brother has just tested positive for us, and please, pray for him." She was asking everybody to pray for him because he's sick. Okay. Now, this is somebody that I know, someone that finally it has reached someone that I know. Now, mind you, I was taking it serious before because let me tell y'all this: I have not been out the house. I only go out for food or things that I need, that I have run out. And when I go out, y'all, I got my hand sanitizer, I got my face covered up, I got all this. I am constantly texting my kids. They're adults telling them, please take this serious. Please protect yourself. Please make sure you have hand sanitizer. Please, when you get home, the first thing you do after you open your door is go directly to your sink and wash your hands, and then spray your sink down with bleach or Lysol to protect themselves, because this is not something that is going to go away quickly. It's a virus, y'all. It's unseen. And the fact that they don't know it, they don't understand it. If the scientists are telling us that they're learning what to do as they, well, not even what to do, because there's no treatment for it. You suffer. And from what I'm understanding, this is respiratory, meaning that you get like pneumonia, your lungs are filled, you can't breathe, and all that. Y'all, breathing is important. And let me just tell you this. When my kids were younger, both of them at separate times have had pneumonia. My daughter had it when she was about 3. You know how kids get a high fever, and I had to rush her to the hospital, and they told me she had pneumonia. Now, to watch my baby suffer and fight to breathe, if that's any indication, then my daughter was 3, so she couldn't articulate what it felt like to have pneumonia. I've never had it. But when my son got it, when he was 13, 14 years old, he was able to articulate what it felt like, what his chest felt like. What I'm getting from it is that these people are suffering. When you get it, you can't breathe. Your fever is high. People now, Chris Cuomo on CNN now has it. He's been quarantined to his basement. I was watching on Facebook people making jokes about him talking about his fever being so high that he thought he was hallucinating. He saw his father. I sat there and watched people in the comments saying that he was a drama queen, and that, this is CNN. Can you believe anything that he's really saying? I say this. Here's someone that is currently suffering with it. Why are we not believing it? And then, y'all, why are we so, and the only way I could put it is stupid, that we don't err on the side of caution? You know, like, if you don't believe that this is real, then what if it is? I even heard people talk about this 5G thing. Now, y'all, I did a little research into this. First of all, let me just tell you this. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. If you tell me something, I want to be able to go out, do my own research, so I can get an understanding of, first of all, what you're telling me, and then do my research to see if I believe it. Now, here's what I believe about 5G. It's radiation. It causes cancers. Yes, it is dangerous. Whatever those towers are, if you live around them and you are in the vicinity of them, I would move, because we've watched enough movies, documentaries, all of that to tell you that when people live in an area where there is radiation like that, that years later they find out those people end up with all different types of cancers. But that has nothing to do with a virus. A virus is different. And let me just explain something about this virus. So, the name of the virus is actually COVID-19. That is the name of the virus. Coronaviruses are a group of viruses that can be passed from animals to humans. So that's the actual name of the group of viruses. And the reason why I bring that up is because I saw one of my friends post something on Facebook, and I think she had a can of Lysol or something, and she turned it around, and on the back she showed where it says can kill coronavirus. So her thing was, why would Lysol have the name of a virus on their can if this virus is just come out. And so that made me think too. I was like, well, okay, now this is me, like y'all are learning about this. I was like, yeah, she got a point there. So then I did a little research. And that's how I found out that coronavirus, that word means it's the group of viruses that can be transmitted from animals to humans. But the actual name of the virus is COVID-19, and that's a distinction. So what I am worried about is, first of all, when I watched Trump's unhinged press conference yesterday, and that reporter asked, so what about the people who don't have medical coverage? What are they to do if, they start to get sick, they need to see a doctor because they're worried that, they are showing some of the symptoms that they claim, you suffer when you're getting the virus. Because remember, some people don't even have symptoms. Mike Pence stood there and talked all around in circles for 5 minutes, never answering the question. And then right after he did that, Trump congratulated him basically on being able to do that. Do you know how shameful that is? Right now, 6.6 million people have filed for unemployment. So what people were saying, what some of the senators were saying is open back up the Affordable Care Act, the ACA. So all these people that are uninsured now, because since we are going through a fucking global pandemic, can get some type of health care. So if they get sick, they will be able to go to the hospital. I know y'all heard about a young person that went to the hospital because they were sick and because his family did not have medical coverage. Basically, pretty much, I guess they stabilized him and sent him on his way instead of, you know, uh, bringing him into the hospital, admitting him, and treating him. They sent him on his way. Well, y'all, that baby died. I think he was 17 years old. Do you know that a newborn has just died from this? This is not the flu, y'all. This is not something that we should be taking lightly. I think that if you have the ability, if you know how to sew, even if you sew by hand, make yourself some masks when you go out. Again, I don't think it's going to necessarily protect you from if you walk through a cloud of somebody else's, you know, the stuff that they emit from their body, particles, as these scientists call them. But at least it will keep you, if we all do that and we're keeping our own particles to ourselves, maybe we can help stop it. Also, this stay at home thing. Y'all, I am sitting here watching people complain about being in the house, complain about taking care of their own kids, complain about they need to get their hair done. Is the hair store open? Complain about their nails ain't right. We are in a fucking global pandemic. What I posted when I saw some of my friends, my little cousins, I said, you know what? This is how I look at it. Our ancestors made it through the Middle Passage and slavery. Our grandparents made it through the Great Depression and Jim Crow. Our parents made it through the Civil Rights Movement. And all they're asking us to do is to stay in the house so we can make it through COVID-19. And you motherfuckers are complaining about not being able to get your fucking hair done. You having people over to your house, or you're going to someone's house to get your hair and fucking nails done. Who gonna see you? If you're supposed to be in the house, who gonna see you? Your man? Put a scarf on your head and hang in there until we get this shit straightened out. It's not important right now. When they have shut down schools across the country for to the end of the school year. Y'all, there are kids graduating. There are kids that were supposed to go off to college. All that shit is shut down. I don't know the age of some of you that are watching, but think about your lifetime. When have you ever known in your lifetime for something like this to happen? And I wanted to ask y'all, I live in Ohio, and our governor is Governor DeWine, and he done shut all this shit down, y'all. He done shut it all down. He even, there's a company called Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure y'all are aware of it, that he shut them. He told everybody to shut it down. Hobby Lobby, they are owned by someone, I believe, who's religious or whatever. They opened it back up. They said they won't trust in God and all that stuff. Now, let me just say something before I go on with that story. It's not that I don't believe in God, and it's not that I don't believe that God got us, but God also gave us a brain that He expected us to use. And in saying that, what I'm saying is if you're being told to stay in because this shit is very, very contagious, use your brain and stay in. But getting back to Hobby Lobby defied the governor's order and they opened back up the next day. So right in the midst of his press conference, he got I guess someone told him during the press conference, hey, Hobby Lobby is open back up. So what they did is they got together and they sent a cease and desist order to Hobby Lobby. Like, we said, shut that shit down. Because that is some fucking fabric. Y'all, I know we said that we're supposed to be sewing masks, but y'all, if I got to tear up every pair of jeans, bed sheets that I got, pillowcases, I will figure out how to make me a fucking mask. It is not important for me to go out to Hobby Lobby and get the quote unquote correct material and all that stuff, because during the Depression, our parents were making it work with half the shit that we got, and they were making it work. What I'm asking y'all to do, what I wanted to ask y'all is how many of y'all, where you live at, your state has a stay at home order. Can y'all put it in the chat? The reason why I'm asking is this. Just say Ohio stays home, but Michigan doesn't, but Illinois doesn't. What it's going to do, y'all, if Trump does not put a national stay at home order, say it's only 35 states that are staying home, we're going to have to stay home longer because the other states are not. And because we are able to travel, around the country at will, because we're a free nation, we're just going to continue to spread it if everybody is not staying home. I don't understand why. Well, y'all, yes, I do understand why he's not putting. It's all about money for him. Another thing that I found out today, y'all. Okay, there's something called the National Stockpile. And from what I'm understanding, that's a place where America keeps a national stockpile, exactly what it's called, for times such as these, where we're supposed to be able to go in our private stockpile and bring out stuff to help our country get through a trying time. From what I'm understanding, our national stockpile is almost depleted. What I'm understanding is the stuff that was in there is broken, outdated, and being sent to the wrong places. And let me tell you why that is. Because there was a contracting company that before Trump came into office, they were tasked with keeping that stuff. They were, doing maintenance on it, keeping it up to date. If something was expiring, making sure that it was replaced. Well, you know what? Your brain dead ass president fired them. He let them go. So now the very stuff that we have in the national stockpile is outdated. Ventilators are broken. This is ridiculous. Do y'all know that Monday, just this past Monday, few days ago, American companies, listen to this closely, what I'm about to say. American companies who had millions and millions of pieces of medical equipment, PPE to help protect our healthcare workers, ship that shit to other countries. You know why? Because the other countries bought and paid for it. They are so much more concerned with making money when they are sitting every day here in America watching our healthcare workers, first of all, dying off because they don't have the right equipment to protect themselves from from the virus, from the people that they're treating. But our American companies were allowed to sell the stuff, the very things that these people, these governors are on television begging the president for. Why isn't, why didn't he make, I forgot what this thing is called that he's supposed to do in times like this. I forgot the name of it, but I know the definition of it. Basically, what it is he can pick several companies that, just say he picks three companies, one that knows how to make ventilators and all that type of equipment, and put them on making ventilators 24/7. He could pick another company that makes PPE, those face shields, all the stuff that the healthcare workers need, and put them on it 24 hours. And that way, it's not out in the where everybody is vying for the right to make it so they can price gouge us. If you make it where it's only specific companies, then these governors know, okay, for ventilators, we're going to pay this amount. We're not going to be competing with the federal government, competing with other states to get ventilators. They're going to be this set amount. We can put our order in. We can get a due date of when it's going to be ready, and we can be comfortable in knowing that we're getting our order. The way Trump is doing it is he's allowing several different companies to step up. And y'all trust me when I say those companies are probably his friends, people that he has done business with or that he supports. He's allowing them to make a little money off of this at the expense of the American people. And the proof of that is every time those reporters ask him about why aren't you mandating American companies, because y'all, yeah, we done outsource, you know, quite a bit of our manufacturing, but we do have companies that can make this stuff. Do y'all know that China during, first of all, do y'all also realize that, let me say this before I go on about what China did. China only had 200 people die. Okay. They had a whole bunch of people get it. But do y'all realize that only 200 people died? Let me tell you some of the reasons why China was able to keep down their death toll. First of all, they either gave or sold for 25 cents masks. Each one of those Chinese people were either given or bought 3 masks per week. Because first of all, they were told not to go out. So, in China, they will whoop a motherfucker's ass if they told you not to do something and you went against it. They were either given or sold masks. They were staying in the house. They did what their country said. Also, when they did have to venture out, before they were allowed to enter into anything, any type of building, their temperature was taken. They damn near sprayed them down with bleach and fucking alcohol. We're not doing that. And that's why it's spreading all over. First of all, our government under Trump is so dysfunctional, and so the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, that if we're dependent on them to help us, y'all, we are fucking screwed. Another thing that I saw today on Facebook, this post asks the rest of the world. We're watching our own news here in America. We're seeing what's going on with our government and their incompetence. What does the rest of the world think of us? Well, what happened is the posts start flying. Australia, the UK, even people from Africa, uh, all these different countries started commenting. They feel sorry for us. They are saying that while Trump is on the news saying that he's closed down this and he's barred this particular group of people from coming in, these people are saying they don't want to come here because they are afraid to get the virus. Because of Trump's incompetence and him not taking the required measures to keep it from spreading, they don't even want to come here. They're on Facebook praying for us. They're on Facebook telling us that they get our news. And y'all, let me just say this. Some of y'all know that, hey there. Some of y'all know that I used to be a travel agent. I did that for about 15, 16 years when I was younger. So I got a chance to travel out the country. And you know what? They're right. When I was outside the country, the only station that I could watch where they were speaking English was CNN. So I'm in a hotel in another country trying to catch up on what's going on back at home. So you do get the news. They do get our news when they don't live in this country. And they're watching Trump's at daily fucking propaganda press briefings. They're watching all of that. And they're saying that he's lying, that he's not protecting the American people. They're saying that they're worried about us. Canada is so scared. Canada and Mexico, y'all, he was talking about them like a dog. They don't want us crossing their borders because they feel like that Americans are going to start fleeing, the ones that can, fleeing America and start coming over to Canada. Now, Canada specifically don't want no part of us. They said that in the post that I saw on Facebook, we make fun of their health system, but look at us now. Look at us now. America, we have always been told that we are the best in the world, that everyone wants to be like us. I don't see that now. Now, y'all, I'm gonna try, and I don't know how to do this, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna sign off. But I'm gonna try to take some calls to see what y'all are thinking about. Give me a second to figure this shit out, because normally when I did this, my son was over, and he was helping me. You know how young people help us figure this shit out, but he was helping me figure this stuff out. He got it working, and we were good to go. So first, let me see how to do this shit, y'all. But I couldn't sit back and watch all this stuff happen and wonder.
In order to enter your conference using the backup number,
and wonder, like, if my people are taking it serious.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com.
Okay, y'all.
You are the only participant in the conference.
Okay. So so DJ Wolf, are you still here? Now, he is somebody that I know from my hometown. And the reason why I'm calling for him is because I wanted him to try calling in to see if I know how to pick up these calls, because I want to know, like, what are they doing in your state? Like I said, I'm in Ohio, and our governor is taking it serious. Now, I know a lot of people are not, though, but at least the governor is taking it seriously. Even I am part of a neighborhood, like, I guess it's like it's an online thing, and basically when you move into the neighborhood, you sign up and you say, I'm new to the neighborhood, hello. But it also helps us keep aware of what's going on in our neighborhood. And a lot of the people that are home now that have sewing machines, they have been making masks. and they put it out, that if you need a mask, let them know that you can come to their house. They don't want you to come in, that they're going to leave a box of them on the porch, and they're asking you to only take what you need. Don't come and clear the box out. If you are a family of 3 and you need 3 masks, they're saying take what you need. And I just thought that was, when I saw these women doing this, and y'all, I have a sewing machine. I fucked up something on it yesterday where the needle is not going up and down anymore. I know I didn't break it, but I need to figure out how to fix it. So let me just ask the ones of you who are watching, what state are you in? And can you put yes if your state has done a like a shutdown? Are you being told to stay in the house? I'm going to put my state in and what Ohio has told us. Okay, so I'm in Ohio, and yes, Ohio, yeah, a glue gun, that'll work, because my daughter makes pillows all the time, and all she uses is a glue gun. She'll get her little material, old dresses, old curtains. My daughter has made so many beautiful pillows to go around her little apartment, and she doesn't buy material or even the stuffing that goes in it. She uses old clothes to make for the material, and she stuffs it with the pillow. Once she's made it, she stuffs it with old clothes. But so you said GA, shelter in place unless essential. Now I heard that Georgia is having it really rough. Is that true? Are y'all seeing a lot of cases down there? See, this is she said I'm using old clothes and cotton balls. I know that's right, girl. But are y'all, I heard that it is true. Oh my God. I got family down there. And the weird part about it is I got some family members, y'all, that are Trump supporters. And they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Y'all, I'm starting to believe that some of these people are following him. They're acting like a fucking cult. I got an aunt and her daughters and her husband. We can just simply post something on Facebook, our feelings about what's going on. They will come on our Facebook page. Now, this is my family members who I respect their opinion. If you're a Trump lover, that's on you. Just don't come on my page with your shit. My aunt will flood your post with her thoughts on how we're not giving this president a chance and all this stuff and all these crazy facts and ideas that she comes up with, to the point where I had to block her. Because first of all, I don't want people to know that this twisted broad is related to me with some of the stuff that she's putting on my page. And secondly, that's my aunt. I don't want to cuss her out and be like, you crazy bitch. What are you talking about? Keep taking your ass out there. And she got heart problems. Like, she done had in her lifetime a couple heart attacks. Now, this aunt is only a few years older than me. Another thing that I'm worried about, y'all, I got a little friend who works at a factory. And a couple of weeks ago, his factory told him that while they were not going to close, that they were going to cut back on them working 10-hour days, and they were going to do like a social distancing and all this stuff. Now, he was telling me that he doesn't see how that can be accomplished when you work in certain factories. It's almost like you're on an assembly line, so you're very close to the person that's next to you. Well, since then, not only have they not closed this factory, but they got them working 6 days a week, 10-hour days every day. Now, let me tell you what he's worried about. He says he's happy that he's still able to get, that he still has a job and he's able to go to work. But he's 56 years old. And this is what he told me. He said, I'm worried that working these 6-hour days are going to weaken my immune system. I'm tired all the time. And he said he's trying to take vitamins and keep his hands washed, keep his house. Now, this is a man. This is a man thinking about all of this. He's like, I'm trying to keep bleach at my door, Lysol at my door. I take my shoes off before I come in my house. I leave them outside in a bag. He doesn't wear the shoes that he works in his home. He said, I'm trying to do everything that I can think to do to be able to keep going to work, because he's afraid that if he doesn't go to work, that, they'll lay him off, they'll fire him or whatever. So what I'm wondering is, if the factory that you work out at is not making essential goods, why are they still open? Like, I know that people like fast food, but right now in a global pandemic, you want to be rolling out the Wendy's, or you want some shit delivered to your house? I don't I don't I don't want to invite in germs that I'm not going out getting myself. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on eating some McDonald's right now. If I want a hamburger, I go down to my kitchen and make me one. Why are these people still going out to fast food restaurants, still ordering takeout or delivery? Why is it just me? We can't cook no more, y'all. We don't know how to cook no more. Because to me, that's putting the people that work at those restaurants, is putting them in danger. Now, I can see the grocery stores, because we do need food. But if they're going to be open, give those people what they need to protect themselves. Because let's face it, think of all the people that go into a grocery store. They should be having, just like the nurses and doctors, they need proper cover. So when they have to go to work, so we can make sure we have food in our cupboards and in our freezers, that they should be protected too. What I'm asking y'all is, what the fuck is going on? What We're supposed to be the United States, the big bad, take care, everybody take care of everything. United States. What the fuck is going on? Why is every fucking thing that could possibly help us make it through this virus, why is it messed up, y'all? And why aren't why aren't people taking it serious? That's the Do y'all have any ideas on why you think people are not taking it serious? Because I don't know. Now, I'm reading some of your comments. You said you haven't heard from Trump subbies lately, and you actually rent a space from one, and she's shedding real tears right now. Yeah, it's crazy. He's standing on the stage. My uncle asked me yesterday, how can I still sit up and watch his press conferences? He was like, you got a stronger stomach than me. And I said, because it's almost like, even though I know that a lot of stuff that he's saying is lies, you want to kind of hear from Dr. Fauci on, um, you know, what we could possibly be facing. Y'all, did y'all see when they said that up to from 100,000 to 250,000 Americans could die from this, and they would consider that a victory, because if they had not done anything, up to 2 million, over 2 million can die. If Trump would have took this seriously when he first heard about this in December, and started ordering supplies and making sure hospitals had what they needed, and the country was good, we wouldn't be going through this right now, y'all. And I hate to be one of those people that jump on the Obama bandwagon, but I'm just going to jump on. I believe that had President Obama been president during this time, he would have, first of all, been listening to the scientists, the doctors, what are those people? Epidemiologists. Am I saying that right? He would have been listening to all of them. He would have pulled all of them together and said, educate me on what is going on so I will know how to protect the people of the United States. Well, Trump don't believe them. He believes he knows more than them. And that's what's going to get us fucked up. So I see that nobody's calling in. I just wanted to come on and touch bases and just see if y'all good. Because I'm in the house, but I'm not good, y'all. I'm able to work, but I'm not good, y'all. The reason why I'm not good is because I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried that, they've given us to the shelter in place thing to April 30th. I'm worried that when April 30th comes around, which today is what, the second, that we're not going to be any better off than what we are today. Matter of fact, I'm worried that if we got 5,000 people that have died so far, and y'all, that's 5,000. Y'all got to think, my birthday was March the 10th. Ohio shut this shit down March the 9th. Okay. So between then, I believe on March the 9th, we had less than 27,000 people who have been affected with this virus. Now that was March the 9th. Y'all, this is only April 2nd. And I think we're over 200,000 now. What? What about this if you weren't a believer is not real to you now? On March 9th, the day before my birthday. And the reason why I keep bringing that up, y'all, is because this year I didn't do what I normally do, get out and get my sticker for my car, way in advance. I waited, and I was going to go out on March the 9th, the day before my birthday, and get my sticker, get my license renewed and all that. Well, they shut everything down, and I was not able to do it. So every time I leave out the house, not only am I taking a chance on catching this shit, which I ain't going out anyway, but I have my sticker on my car is no longer valid, nor is my license valid. Well, in Ohio, the governor is saying because it was shut down, that the police officers, if they pull you over, they cannot, I guess, tow your car because we didn't have the ability to get the shit that we needed. Now, I know y'all, I should have got my ass up and did what I was supposed to, but I didn't. So I find myself messed up. I just want to know, where do y'all see this going? Because I don't see us being back to work by April 30th. I don't see it. And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't. Another reason why I don't see it. You remember when I started this live and I said that I work for health insurance companies? Okay. Like I've worked for Blue Cross, United Healthcare. I've worked for Medicaid, Medicare. The people that are calling me, who are wanting me to work from home, who are begging people that have healthcare experience to take these work at home jobs, they're saying 6 months contract. Now, these are temp positions, but I still always keep my options open. What do the healthcare companies know that we don't? Why are they looking for people and they're telling you up front, this is in direct response to COVID-19. We're needing people that, we're now allowing you to work remote. We will mail you, send you the equipment that you need, headphones, laptops, computers. We're going to mail all this stuff to you. Don't even worry about having it or have it sent, blah, blah, blah. Do they know something that we don't know? Because that healthcare companies have lobbyists in Washington. They have people in Washington that speak for them. So are they aware that even though Trump is on television telling us in 30 days, which we all knew that in freaking 30 days shit ain't gonna be right. It ain't right now. And he bumbling. The fact that just this past Monday, our country sent supplies that we need. Some American companies are selling to people abroad, selling to other countries instead of opening. If their factory is open and they're able to make the stuff that these hospitals are begging on television, crying, and doctors are dying left and right, nurses are dying left and right, why not give it or sell it to the state that needs it? Why are you shipping shit outside the country? That is ridiculous. And why are they price gouging during the time of a, forget national pandemic, but a global pandemic? Why are they price gouging? Y'all, I don't know what the future holds for us, but I don't see things being good. I really don't, y'all. I don't. I see that it's going to get really bad before. And when I say really bad, like I said, I'm 55 and I have never seen anything like this. But I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think that we haven't even seen what bad can be. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. What I'm more trying to do is tell some of my people, and I do mean my people, not just y'all, because like I said, I got some family members, and I got one of my kids who says that they're taking it seriously, but I'm not thinking that they are. I'm trying to wake them up and say, your life could depend on it. Matter of fact, my daughter sent a group text to all of us. And my daughter is a little diva, a little bougie. This is so let me tell you how her text went. It said, "Hey guys, just checking in. Um, wondering what are we doing for Easter?" I'm sitting here thinking, little girl. Now, mind you, I wasn't cooking. She was gonna cook because she can cook like somebody my age. Literally, the little girl can throw down. But I was sitting there thinking, I'm not coming to your house because you and your brother ain't gonna kill me, and y'all not coming to mine because y'all young people who are still out in the world touching stuff and all that, and y'all could be carriers and not even know it. So you not coming over here, and I'm not going over there. My son's birthday is in 2 days. Never in his life have I not seen him like laid eyes on my child on his birthday. Now he can come over here and stand outside and look through the window at me and say, "Hey mom, today is my birthday. I'm turning 33." And we can kiss the window. I will be on the inside and he will be on the outside, and we can fake hug through the window. But let me just tell you something. Rachel is not opening the door for him. I love him because, and the reason why is because they're saying that people can be carrying it and not even know it. I have an underlying health issue. One of those health issues that they're telling you that you're more vulnerable to it. And that's why I'm not going out. Matter of fact, I might have two of the underlying health issues. Put it this way, because of my health issue that I have, my doctor's office not only called me and left a voicemail, they emailed me, and they also sent a letter in the mail. And I believe that knowing, working in healthcare companies and knowing how, doctors' offices and healthcare care companies work, I know he probably did this. He probably had his assistant go through all of his patients. And he probably said, I'm looking for patients who have this, that, this. I want to get a letter out to them. I want to get an email out to them. I want to get a call out to them. This was not a robotic call. The message that they left, they basically said, "Hey, Rachel, this is Dr. Sai's office, and we're just calling to check on you. We know that you are part of that population of people who have this underlying illness. And what we want you to do is limit your contact with other people as much as you can, limit your time outside as much as you can. And if you do have to go outside, this is what we want you to do. We want you to cover your face. We want you to make sure you have hand sanitizer, blah, 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 the whole nine. Now, when I got that message, that email, that mail, because my doctor is on it. And y'all, you know what? He's Asian American, a little young guy, a little bit older than my son. But I appreciated him for taking that extra step to go through his patients and find all of the ones who did have those underlying illnesses that the CDC says that makes us more vulnerable to getting it. That's why my kids cannot come over. Even to my own kids, they kind of laugh at me. They'll be like, "Oh, mom, you'll be okay. We'll wash our hands if we come over." No, now that I know that this shit that these scientists said today, that you can get it, like if the person is carrying it, you can get it through talking, or what was the other thing they said? Talking to them, or just practically being in their presence. So y'all, what I'm getting from that, now correct me if you think I'm wrong, what I'm getting from that is this shit is airborne, meaning that if they're telling you that it can hang, that our droplets can hang in the air for up to 3 hours, then it's airborne, y'all. Also, something else y'all should do, Google how long it stays on surfaces. There was a boat, a ship, and I want to talk about those Navy guys too. There was a ship, one of those Carnival cruises, that 17 days after those people had got off the cruise ship, and I guess the cleaning crews came on to clean the ship and all that. 17 days later, they still found traces of it. Now, talking about that Navy ship that's out there in the ocean with those sailors that are sick, to show you how our country is. These are our American soldiers on a ship where they can't quarantine because of the sheer size of the ship. They can put them down below, but it's a ship. It's like a can, y'all. And one by one, these sailors are getting sick, but they won't let them come home. They won't go out there and rescue them. They won't at least let the ones that are sick off so they can get proper treatment in a hospital, and maybe send tests to the ones that are still on the ship, test them to see who has it and who doesn't, and then figure out from there what to do with the ship. No, you know what they told them? Take care of it. The captain of that Navy ship is begging for help. What he told them is, we are not at war. Why would you let these soldiers die? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to die without proper treatment. They're going to die. But this America, y'all, that we beat our chests and say we're the greatest country on the face of the earth, we're the greatest civilization that ever existed. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm a student of history. I love anything to do with history. Now that you're home, there's a documentary that, if you got time and a little patience, watch this documentary called The Fall of the Roman Empire. It is eerily similar to what is happening to America. We have outsourced practically all of our manufacturing because it was cheaper. We letting somebody else do it. That's why we don't have equipment, y'all, because we outsourced everything. But I watched this a few years ago, and I came away with, we definitely repeat history. We're arrogant like the Romans were. We're very arrogant. We think the rest of the world wants to be us, wants to come here, wants, America's. They don't think about us like that. Actually, y'all, when I was over in another country, actually, they talk negatively about us. They think we're arrogant. They think that we believe that we're better than people. Now, everything that they're saying is true because we are a little bit arrogant as Americans. It was funny when I was over in this other country. Now, this is the part that I found quite entertaining. I'm African American, as y'all can see. I was traveling with 6 other travel agents, and they all were white. I was the only, as my daughter says, chocolate chip in the bag. They were, when I was over in that other country, I never got treated so well in my entire 55 years. They treated me really good and they treated them really bad. It was an eye-opening experience to say the least. I I was a little stunned that they went above and beyond to be nice to me. Because if they were just being nice, I wouldn't have noticed it. If somebody is just being, nice to you, say, oh, that was nice. But everywhere I went, they were being extraordinarily nice to me. So one person that I met could speak English. And I asked them, why are you serving me first? Why are you coming to me first? Why are you asking me what the table wants? The person bent down and said, pretty much, we watch how African Americans are treated in America, and we want to show you that when you travel abroad, that we feel for you. And over here, we're going to treat you like, a person. And you know where I was at, y'all? In Italy. I was in Italy, the very place now that those poor people are just going through it. So with that, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I am just having my time off, watching the news, keeping myself up on what's going on. And I just want to tell y'all, please, please take this serious and tell your family members, your friends, to take this virus serious. Like I said, if these healthcare companies are trying to staff for 6 to 12 months, they must know something that the Trump administration is not putting out. Why would healthcare companies be willing to bring on all this additional staff? Why? What are they anticipating? A surge in what? A surge in what? And as far as those people who are getting their hair done and all that stuff and still going out and get their nails done, y'all know there is another entity that does that daily, hair, nails, makeup. That's the undertakers. So when you take your ass out there because you need to go to the hair store to get some hair, just realize that when you are dead, your family is not going to be able to be there with you when you're dying. And yes, the when you get sent to the the place where your funeral is going to be, where it's going to be empty, that person is going to do your makeup. They're going to do your hair and everything. Now, they might not put on the lace front that you want, and your makeup might not be popping like it normally is, but they are going to do your makeup and hair. Keep that in mind when you're taking your ass out there, because Rachelle, y'all, will be at the house. Now, I might come on later on when my kids are off, because y'all, if I can get them to come on, I would just like y'all to hear what young people think of us, how they think we are panicking. And I don't know the age bracket of y'all, but how they say they take it seriously, but honestly, they're the generation that doesn't believe shit until shit happens because shit has been easier for them. See, we went through even people my age, we went through um, different things growing up. We have made things so easy for them and so comfortable for them that they don't understand having to put what they want aside for the greater good of everybody else. They don't understand that. And for that person who dislike the talk about what's going on, I can't understand people now. I can't even understand people being mean to each other right now. But with that, y'all, I am going to get off. I need to do my daily bothering of my kids, make sure they're okay and I don't care if I aggravate them as their mom. Every day I send them a text like, I feel like they're little, like you're washing your hands, you got your sanitizer. I told my son last night, there's a Mexican grocery store here, not far, it's in our neighborhood, and they're actually selling masks. They'll sell you a box of, I forgot how many they said is in the box for $30, but I also think they're selling them individually. So my son shops at that grocery store. So I sent him a text last night and told him, while you up there getting meat and buying groceries, grab you a mask, you fool, because you are out here every day. So I'm about to call them and bother them. And y'all stay safe out there. Take this shit seriously. Only go out if you have to. And when they say have to, that's medicine and food. Other than that, what else you need to be out there for? The kid's not going to school. Put something else in the chat that you need to be out there for. You don't need gas because you're not supposed to be going nowhere. If you need food, go out. If you need to get your medicine, which a lot of companies now are delivering, uh, even grocery stores. So only go out if you absolutely have to. And be careful who you let in your house. Make them take their shoes off. Don't let them walk anywhere first but to a sink and wash their hands. When I go over my friend's house, the one that, well, I only been over his house one time, the one that's still working, he's a man, and the first thing he told me is take my shoes off, leave them out on the porch, go right in that bathroom over there and wash your hands. He got all this stuff on. He made me wash my hands like 3 or 4 times. Now I found it amusing, but I was glad that he was doing it, that he was aware. He was aware. He even made me put my coat, the coat that I had on, in a plastic bag and leave that out on his front porch. Brother wasn't playing, y'all. He was not playing. He was like, I don't mean to be rude, but your coat came from outside. Can you put your coat? Now he was trying to make me put my purse. I said, look, bruh, I'm not gonna leave my purse out on your front porch. Um, now he gave me a bag. He was like, take out what's valuable to you, but leave it out there. Eventually I did, y'all. I just took my wallet out and my makeup and brought it in, and I left the purse out there. But I appreciate that he was trying. He not playing. He has stopped his grandkids from come over, his kids, everybody. He said he ain't seen them and don't plan on seeing them. So that's how we all should be, y'all. Just take care of yourself, and I'm gonna be back at y'all on this stuff because, like I said, I live in Ohio, but I need to know what's going on in other cities, other states, because obviously we're not getting the real truth when we watch the daily press briefings. It's us talking to each other on these social media platforms that's keeping us up to date. Like I said, I wouldn't have even known that one of my neighbors was pumping out 40 and 50 masks a day and leaving them on her porch, telling people, don't knock on my door. I'm going to leave it on, you know, covered up. She has it in a container, but she left them on her porch. So then when she said that she was sewing masks, then a whole bunch of other ladies were telling us that they would sew masks too, and that if we needed them. Now, the reason why I'm not going to go over and get any, because there were several elderly people that were talking about illnesses that are much more life threatening than what, because mine is not life threatening as long as I take care of myself, you know. But they have COPD, they're on oxygen, they literally have those illnesses, you know, they've had heart attacks. Let them get them, you know, because they are going to have to go out and buy groceries. I will tie a scarf around my face until I can figure out this damn sewing machine. Or like this girl said, she said that she has a glue gun. I didn't think about my glue gun. And that's what I mean. Just talking to you guys, she gave me an idea of how to make me just a DIY mask until I figure out how to work this sewing machine. She says, look at Asnak Namil. She said, I have a glue gun, needle, and thread, and she hopes she can make it today. So, y'all, what we're talking about before I get off is scientists are telling us now that they believe that we should be wearing masks because they believe that our particles are being left in the air, and they believe now that this stuff is airborne. We can get it from it being airborne, is what I'm trying to say. So if you got a glue gun, some needle and thread, and you got some old clothes, jeans, old curtains, sheets, pillowcases, cut that shit up. It's enough videos on YouTube for you to watch that will show you how to DIY you a mask. Stop paying attention to all this bullshit that's going on YouTube, these beefs and this drama, and save your life and save the life of your loved ones. Even if you know, DIY one, if you can DIY one for you and your mom is still alive, DIY one for her. Take it over her house, put it in her mailbox, you know, say, Mom, I'm not gonna knock on the door, but I made a mask. If you have to go out, just put it on, you know. DIY it for our damn brain dead ass kids who don't believe shit until shit happens. I probably drive one over my son's house if I find out that he didn't get it, or go over now my daughter is working from home, so that's one good thing. She is not, she's not going out as much, so I do appreciate that. But y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Again, take care of yourself, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Love on each other, because right now we are in terrible times, y'all. Take care now. Bye bye.